Hello and welcome. My name is David Hillis,
Hi, and I'm Tom Chesnavich.
and this is Image Machine Podcast. Today is January 15th, 2026. We are doing our second podcast of the season. We hope you all enjoy.
And I'm going to try not to blink as much as I did in the first one.
What? Anyway, today's episode, we're going to have a little show and tell, if you will. What do you think we should start off with?
I have no idea. You set this up, Dave. I see pictures you have here that you've taken on your many trips and adventures around the world, around the planet. You travel so much. I do not. So I'm glad you document the places that you go to and the creatures that you see. Like I'm looking at this iguana. What you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about this iguana. This iguana was taken back in 2015 when I first started out my photography adventure. We went to Costa Rica, some people say.
That's what I said.
We went on the trip. This was taken on an excursion where we went down a river, and then these animals were along the riverside on land. This one was up in a tree. I do have a couple photos hanging around the house with iguanas photos. So, yeah, I like this one. It turned out pretty good. This was taken with a 300 millimeter lens, my D7100. And yeah, I thought this photo turned out really well. Before we go on to the next photo, I just want to explain the differences between the D7100 and the D850. The D7100 is a crop sensor camera, which has a smaller sensor inside, but has a farther reach with the lens that you put on it. What that means is that the 50 millimeter lens that I have on it currently that we're using is a focal range of 75 millimeters, because what you do with the lens is, with a crop sensor, you multiply the lens by 1.5, and that'll give you the focal length of the lens coming out, or the picture coming out of the camera with the lens on it. On the other hand, with the full frame, I have a 100 millimeter lens on that one, and that's what you see, 100 millimeters. It's a full frame, which means the sensor is larger, lets in more light, good dynamic range, and that's why they're a little bit more expensive. But the D7100 is an excellent camera. It is good in low light, even though it is a crop sensor. So both of those cameras are excellent choices. If you're in the market for a camera, I would recommend either one of those. For people on a budget, probably the D7100 you could pick up for like $700, maybe $500. It came out in 2014. The D850 came out in 2017, I believe. So either one, good choices.
But that guy's like this one. What is with this one?
The D850.
That's like $2,000 though, right?
It's come down. It's probably like 1,700.
Okay, and they still make them?
Yes, yeah. They're still currently available. The one that would probably go out of stock would be the D7100, just because it's 2014. But you could still pick them up new at a camera store, B&H, Adorama. You could probably get them on Amazon, but I wouldn't buy on Amazon camera equipment just because you don't know who or what are selling, Caveat emptor. Buyer beware.
Okay. Going back to business law class.
That's right. Right. Friar Plosianic.
Yes, Father Robert.
Father Robert. Pack a lunch. Pack a lunch. He votes to expel.
Yes.
So, either one of these cameras would be a good choice. Starting out, we'd probably go with the D7100, but if you're apt to photography and you know ins and outs, D850 is a great choice.
Now, what did you take the lizard picture with?
The D7100.
Now, if you're, like you said we, but it wasn't me, I'm not there. So you were taking these pictures. Now, if you're in like a humid climate, like a rainforest situation, are you okay?
So what happens is when you're in a humid environment, the best trick is to take the camera, put it on the porch, open the bag up, let the camera and the lenses acclimate to the humidity before you start shooting. Otherwise, it's going to fog up, and your pictures are going to look blurry, and it looks like you're in a cloud forest. So not sure what a cloud forest is, but I think I saw it on Narnia or something like that.
Yes, the cloud forest.
Yeah, cloud
Narnia.
forest. Yeah.
So if
yeah.
you're going to Narnia.
If you're going to Narnia, you'd probably be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what you want to do. You want to bring out your equipment, put it in the environment to where you're going to be shooting for at least, I'd say, like 15 to 20 minutes, and then it should be okay. But if it's a humid environment, your room's probably going to be air conditioning, and you don't want to have foggy pictures, and you're shooting all day, and then you bring it back and you're like, what the? So let's move on with our next photo, also taken in Costa Rica, 2015. This photo is of a canopy, a tree canopy. I stood underneath the tree, and it kind of looks like one of those, you know what it looks like? It looks like green ants. When they're actually floating on the river, what they'll do is they'll create a raft. So they'll just float, and then other ants climb on top, and that's what it looks like.
In Costa Rica?
In Costa Rica.
So ants make islands of themselves.
Yes.
And float.
So, but this is a tree. It's not ants. But that's what it would look like. And it kind of looks like, blood vessels. Because you see the trees, the tree limbs and stuff in the green. Kind of looks like arteries. And I'd say looks pretty healthy.
That looks like a healthy tree to me.
Yes. We're gonna give this a pass on the health scale. Okay, moving on. We have this photo was taken in Crete in 2018. This was taken at the Heraklion Archaeological Museum in Crete. Phenomenal museum. If you're ever in Crete, highly recommend going there. This is of the Minoan civilization. And last week we had talked about Crete, and we said who did we say was there? It wasn't.
I don't remember.
It wasn't the Minoans. We said it was another civilization.
Oh,
well,
you were wrong.
I was wrong. I was wrong.
I don't know either of them.
So-
You can tell me whoever.
so
You
it
can
was
tell me
the-
Incans were there.
It was the Minoans, and I said,
Go back and watch the first episode.
we'll have to go back and check that out. We'll get back to you on that. Okay, this next photo was taken in Maui, and it's of the mountainside.
Oh, that's nice.
And what I did was I spotlighted an area of territory at the bottom, so it kind of looks like aliens have spotted Mulder and Scully from the X-Files. Yeah, so this paper is a metallic paper. It's a Hahnemuller paper, which is archival for 100 years. So you could pass this photo down to your grandchildren,
So
great-grandchildren.
you're saying there's some kind of filter on that you put on it? You did some kind of filter to make it look like that?
No, this is the paper
Oh,
making
the
it look like
paper.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So what I did was I made the clouds darker, and then the beam of light, I did that. So it kind of looks like a sunbeam, but it's not. It's
Now, wait, how did you do that? Did you do that? Is that Photoshop?
Lightroom.
Lightroom. Okay.
Yeah. You could do it in either, but I like Lightroom for its ease of use. Here's another photo that I took in Crete at the museum. This is the Phaistos disc, and this disc, archaeology has never deciphered it, and they're still working on what the markings mean. They have no idea. So this disc is around 3,000 years old. So it's pretty old, and it's from the Minoan civilization. It was found at the palace at Knossos on Crete, and phenomenal. We loved it. I stood there looking at it for like 15 minutes, and as you can see, the disc is in focus, but everything else is blurred out. That's what we call bokeh.
Here, I'm going to try to decipher it while you're going on with the next picture.
Okay,
3,000 years. Let me see if I can get it.
Tom's an expert. He's a linguist. So this next photo is taken in Santorini, and at the marketplace, and I just stood on the cliff side and took a photo of the water side with the boats
Neat.
at the bottom and stuff. So how to get there, you come in on a ferry, and then you have to take a bus ride up the mountain to get there. Or you could take a gondola. They have gondolas that go up from the bottom, from the base of the mountain. And but we took a bus because we were on a tour. And it was a little disappointing for me because they only gave us like 20 minutes to walk around and take photos. 20 minutes. I wasn't happy. So I was running around taking photos, but beautiful. If anybody gets to go to Greece, what have you, visit Santorini. Phenomenal. This next photo that I took was in Hawaii, on Maui. Is that the Buddha?
I don't know.
Maybe it's his brother.
Yeah. His slimmer brother,
Joe Buddha.
the one that works out.
Joe Buddha. Yeah, he's on the, maybe he's on Wegovy.
Yeah, it's Buddha on Wegovy.
Or Ozempic.
Yes.
Maybe either one. Ozempic
Either
or
We're not
Wegovy.
pushing any particular
No,
weight loss
no.
drug on this show.
No.
But
No.
it worked for that guy.
No,
'cause
so
that Buddha was big.
yeah,
He's slim.
yeah. So this next photo, Iceland, was also phenomenal. We went there in February. It snowed every day we were there. We did get one day of sun, so we decided to get in a car and go see waterfalls. As soon as we got out of the city, snow. And the roads there are flat. There's no guardrails, and the road covers with snow. You can't see the road. the road just becomes part of the landscape, which is white. And so you're driving and you're thinking, am I on the road or am I in in grass or just dirt? So it was kind of like, so I asked my wife, do you think we should turn back? And her hands were dug into the upholstery of the car, and she's looking at me like, what do you think? So we had to turn around.
So
But
you just followed your tracks then to follow yourself out?
so we turned around, but before we turned around, we had gone down a mountainside to a flatter area, and we came upon a coffee shop, and we stopped in there, and the lady had said that when it snows, sometimes they close the mountain so you can't go back up. So my wife just looking at me like,
Dodged the bullet.
yeah, why did we come here? You know? And then I was recalling that song from the, who was it?
No. What? You got to give me more than that.
This is not my beautiful wife.
Oh, Talking Heads.
Talking Heads.
Wait a minute. Why remind you of Talking Heads?
Well, because she kept looking at me, giving me the evil eye, and I'm like, this is not my beautiful wife.
This is not my car.
This is not my car. What? So, yeah, so we turned around, we went back, and we got back to town. And when we got back to town, the sun came out. It had stopped snowing. But that was the only day. The rest of the time we were there for 7 days. It snowed continually. So, on to the next photo. This was taken in Maui, and this is just a waterfront photo with, walking on a brick jetty type area. And so I just love the clouds and the blue sky and the photos. And this is also on metallic Hahnemuller paper.
Now, do you develop your own pictures?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, do it in Lightroom.
All right.
So
Well, I guess, yeah, it's now everything's digital.
everything's digital, and you don't have to mess around with chemicals and stuff. Because before you had to dip them in chemicals and then hang them up, and like they were socks on a laundry line.
Or you would send your little reel to Kmart.
Yeah, and then wait a week to get them back.
Pick 'em up.
Yeah, so it wasn't very efficient. But now you can do it same day. If you have a laptop, you take a laptop, which I usually do. I usually take a laptop and then view the photos on the laptop, and then pick the ones that I want to print and save, because some of them do turn out not so nice. The birds or something out of focus or something, and you don't want those. But phenomenal. This next photo is taken in Finland. This is the Greek Orthodox Church. It's pretty famous in Finland. It's in Helsinki. This was taken with a wide-angle lens, and you can tell it's wide angle because the little person here is my wife. You could barely see her. Right there.
I can barely see her.
Yep. And yeah, so this church is amazing to look at. We were there for like an hour walking around. And inside is also spectacular, but you couldn't take any pictures inside. So here's another picture of a church in Iceland. Not sure what architecture that is,
I don't know.
but it is.
Big pointy building.
It's
guy.
a big pointy building. It's like one of those party hats at New Year's Eve, but it gets straight to the point. Psh. I'll be here all week.
You will be all here all week. Look at all these pictures.
So,
All right, let's go. Oh, I like the next one after this one.
so this is also taken in Iceland.
Okay, we're actually seeing actual ice.
Actual ice, and this is waterfalls. You know, who's that band that sings Waterfalls?
TLC.
TLC. So don't go chasing waterfall. Anyway, so yes, so the next photo was taken last year. We went to the John Paul II shrine, and they had
In Rome, I'm assuming. No?
last year. We went to the John Paul II shrine in Washington D.C.
Oh, it's a lot closer.
and they had a replica
Oh,
of
that's
the
just a
shroud.
replica. Okay.
And so I took a picture of that, also on metallic Hennemuller paper, which brings out the shroud. And I was thinking about hanging this somewhere, but I don't know if it's sacrilege. I didn't know. But, you know, I printed this off months ago, and I'm still here, so I'm thinking I'm,
Sure, it was just a copy.
you know, so okay, winding down, we're gonna skip a few of these because my co-host is getting nervous. This photo taken in Cape Cod,
That's neat.
and this is whale watching. The telltale sign you're seeing whales is these birds hanging around in the water. So this ain't Moby Dick. It's probably Ellen Dick.
Okay. All right. I gotta look at this. Go ahead, Ellen Dick. That's cool. And I guess the birds are all around there because,
'Cause of krill, which is
okay.
so krill is what the whales eat, and they dive down deep because the krill lives, 2,000 feet underneath the water, and they go down and they open their jaws and they force the krill up, and then once they get to a certain point, it goes into the whale's mouth, and then the rest of the krill float to the top, and that's where the birds are there, because then they eat the krill that the whales don't get.
It sounds like a civilization on Star Trek. The krill. Go ahead.
Probably is.
Might be.
So, this picture was taken in Cabo San Lucas, and I was standing on my patio, and I just thought it was a cool scene with the clouds. Kind of looked angelic, looked like somebody was coming down to tell me something. But yeah, I waited there for 30 minutes, nothing happened. So I took the photo, and it looks pretty good. Kind of looks extraterrestrial. Mulder, Scully knocked on my door. They were interested, but I couldn't tell them anything because I didn't see anything. Next photo, bison, Yellowstone.
Nice.
We had to pay him, so I had to chop up some corn and oats to feed him. He was so nice. He even posed. He was looking at me, and
You're really not supposed to approach them guys. Right?
no. So this was taken with a 70 to 200 lens, which is a zoom lens. So I was way out there. I was zoomed in at 200 millimeters, and that's why I was like thinking, hey, why aren't you closer? So yeah, he was a good bison. He really posed nice, and we rewarded him. Next photo, we're going to This is a landscape photographer in the Grand Tetons National Park. And you can see the foreground here, and then you have the forest. And then beyond the forest, you have the clouds. And then beyond the clouds, the Grand Tetons.
And what state is this?
This is Wyoming,
Ah.
you know. And then this photo, actually, I submitted it on a photo contest and was well received. I think it was in the top 10% of views. And they really liked it. So I must be doing something right. And then our last photo is of the Trevi Fountain in Rome.
Oh, now we got to Rome.
We finally got to Rome. Tom was eager to.
That's not DC?
No, that's not D.C. That's actual Rome. That's so.
You only got 3 more.
Okay, let's go. Let's just.
Well, you can pass on that one.
All right. It's just a. Okay, so this is the 9/11 memorial in New York City. We went to New York City in August of last year, and so this is, you got the memorial down here, but then the buildings around it makes for a nice photo. Different colored buildings, also on metallic paper. I think metallic is my favorite paper because it just brings out, they got the sheen going on, and then the colors, and then it's just phenomenal. And you put that in a frame, it's really going to look nice, really. And then our last photo is taken on the Staten Island Ferry, coming back from Staten Island. If you go to New York, take the ferry over and just take it over to get pictures of the Statue of Liberty and the seaside landscape, the cityscape. Staten Island's not worth going to. It's really nothing there. But that's it for photos. Now, we're going to move on to some camera essentials. The first thing when you're starting out and you're going out and taking photos, what do you think you need besides the camera and the lens, Tom?
You need, it looks like a battery. Because
Correct.
I saw you moving it over.
Correct. Batteries. When you go out and shoot, you're going to have your camera on for quite a while. And these batteries do not last all day. I mean, if you know what you're doing, you can time it out pretty good. But if you're just starting out, you want to carry at least 3 to 5 batteries. If you have an extension on your camera, it also holds another battery. You can get 2 batteries in there. It probably will last 2 to 3 hours, but it's always good to carry extra batteries. Now, this is a regular battery. This is from Bauer, not Jack. But
And this does look like the same battery that would go on my Ring camera. Are they universal type batteries that you could use?
yeah,
different times?
most ELN batteries are, very versatile. You could use them in different equipment. This battery here that I have is called a dummy battery, and it's plastic. It's got a lead to it, and what you do is you put the battery in the camera, and then this lead goes into the V-mount battery. Last week we were calling it a Z-mount battery. It's actually called a V-mount battery. And you plug this into the V-mount battery, and you can shoot all day for like 2 months. But most people don't have these. Most people go for the regular battery, which you can buy at, you can get that on Amazon or any camera
And what's the life of
store.
the, how long could it would it last once you get it loaded in your camera and taking pictures?
The battery, probably, like I said, hour, 2 hours, maybe 3. It just depends on how many photos you're taking. Now, if you're taking like 100, 200 or something like that, probably lasts you most of the day. But if you're a heavy shooter, you always want to carry extra. And it's always a good idea to carry extra, just so you don't get run down. Next thing we want to talk about with camera, you probably want to pick up a kit like this. This is a cleaning kit that comes with a blower for.
I recognize this. I recognize what this is.
Yeah. So this is to clean your lenses off when there's
And other things.
when you have some dust on your lenses and stuff.
Or if you're constipated.
Let's keep it clean, mister.
It's an enema kit.
So, and then you have some cleaning solution for your lenses, and then you have a cleaning cloth and a couple of cleaning Q-tips for inside your camera if you so need. Plus, it comes with some tissue paper as well. So it's a good idea to pick one of these kits up if you're starting your photography adventure, just to keep your equipment clean. The next item, after you've had your camera for a while, you'll want to experiment with flash photography. And there are several options for flash photography. Regular speed light, you can buy these. There's various brands. I use the Godox brand just because it has a lithium ion battery that comes out and then pulls out like this, and you can recharge it. And this thing will last like weeks before you have to, recharge it and stuff. It's very versatile. It has it moves around and stuff like that. So if you're in a low light situation, these things will help you out. Now, when you're in specific situations, you want to use a dome on your flash to diffuse the light. And what this is called a diffuser, and what it does is it bounces the light off of the ceiling, walls, and stuff like that. And then what you do is you get a smooth white light, and then you don't get harsh light. It softens it up. So you just put that on your flash, just like that, and you want to point it up to the ceiling, and then I use this for my real estate photography. One of my clients requires a flat off-camera flash, so I use this to diffuse the light. Works very well. You can get these for $25 at any camera store or Amazon, but works well. So the last thing I want to talk about, as far as gear, essential gear, would be the last flash that I had was like a 40-watt flash. Very small, very compact. You could travel with this, put it in your bag, no problem. The Godox line also comes with a larger flash, and this is the 8200 Pro. This is a 200-watt flash, which is very powerful. It has the back gives you a readout of what power you have, and then it tells you when it's ready, and it has a menu feature, tells you wireless, Then you can also use it as a lighting source. Say you're in a dark situation and you don't have any light. This has light beams around it, so they light up, so you can have your camera focus on your subject. Because if you don't have any light, it's not going to focus.
Does it still flash? You got the light and then a flash also?
Yes. So the light you'll have the light on, and then once your camera focuses on the subject, it'll light up. But you'll need an adapter on your camera to make it work. But yeah, so if you're just starting out, you probably want to go with the Godox smaller units. But the 8200s, once you work up your flash photography, the 8200s are wonderful. I highly recommend them. So, with that being said, anything you want to say, Tom?
Yes, I did figure out the meaning. I interpreted the, what is this coin called?
The Phaistos disc.
The Phaistos disc. I was able to figure it out, even though they've been trying for 3,000 years. And it says, this coin entitles you to one blowjob.
You know, I'm going to have to edit that out.
It's what it says. It's not me. I figured it
It's
out.
going to be on YouTube, and people are going to see that, and then they're going to complain.
Well, that's what it says.
Wow.
Don't kill the messenger.
Wow. I'm going to have to edit that out.
Can you edit it out? Can you edit out me blinking too? Because
Put fake eyes on you.
fake eyes on. Because I got a bad eye already. Look.
Or I could just, you can just have sockets.
That'd be good because I got this floating eye. It's sure people
Sockets.
look at it and they say, "What the hell's wrong with that?"
You can have sockets.
Yeah, just give me blank sockets. What was it when there was somebody on Star Trek that just had blank eye sockets? Was there a character?
Yeah, wasn't that called Skullfuck?
No. See, that was worse than blowjob. Actually, what this coin says is you're entitled to one skull fuck. I didn't want to say skull fuck. I said blowjob. I cleaned it up. You go right to skull fuck.
Wow.
No, there was a character in one of the science fiction shows. He didn't have any eyes. It was Star Trek, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Maybe.
It was just big black circles.
Now I'm going to have to look. Eye sockets
Yeah.
on TV shows. Was it TV shows?
I think it was Star Trek.
Okay. Well,
But you can Google that at home and try to find and leave us a message. If we're on YouTube, please follow us, share us,
please like and subscribe.
like and subscribe. Is that it? Did we hit our 24-minute mark?
Yeah, I think we did. Well, we did. Yeah, we did 38 minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
So,
I skip right past 38 minutes.
Wow.
Videos.
it was the Phaistos disc.
Yeah, that brought it.
Yeah, so without further ado, we're going to wrap it up. Today is January 15th, 2026. I'm David Hillis, your host of Image Machine Podcast, here with my co-host, Thomas Chesnavage,
Well,
who
you
will...
call me-
who
Call
will...
me Tommy C.
Tommy C. We could call you Tommy C.
Tommy
That
C.
would be appropriate. Tommy C. Who deciphered what that meant.
3,000 years they've been trying to figure that out. Give me 10 minutes.
Unfortunately, it's
It says.
it's what it says. So we'll see you next week. Take care. So long for now.
Bye-bye.